And just for a quick update, apologies for not getting back to you guys sooner. I had a couple of things I had to get sorted out, and as perfect timing, always the ambulance or the fire brigade always happens when they start live streaming. As you can see, I'm sweating like a fat man in a sauna, and the reason being, it is absolutely boiling down here. Very, very warm, very warm. So what have we got to talk about today? Well, there's not really much happening in politics. There's a lot of political stories, obviously, such as what's happening in Russia, with Russia and Ukraine. But because, obviously, of the election, which I'm sure that Liz Truss is going to win now convincingly, there seems to be even the whips, the Conservative whips, are jumping ship. I feel that what is the country wants is not again going to be delivered by the change in Conservative personnel. I think what we have to start to understand is that it's the Conservative Party that's the problem. The Conservative Party are not going to... Looking good, mate, thanks very much. Good, yeah, it's good, yeah. I'm feeling good, mate, feeling good. It's the Conservative Party that's the problem, not the solution. You are not going to get a change of policy by voting for the Conservative Party. The Conservative Party, the Labour Party, the SNP and the Greens are all a uni party now. They are a uni party with uni policies. So all we are doing is swapping the same type of individual with the same policies on the same Titanic ship. We are not actually changing one, and what would happen in a democracy. They are a cathedral of woke, that's exactly right. Cathedral of woke, cathedral of the global warming myth. They're the uni party, even though the people say, oh well, obviously the SNP and the Conservative Party. I'm going to come into this when I do a live stream about policy with the SNP and the Conservative Party, but it doesn't really matter if it's Conservatives or SNP and Labour. They all follow the same agenda, and this is what we have to understand. It's not the fact that you're voting for somebody who's not going to do exactly the same things, not even within the same party, but within the same various political organisations. It's an illusion of choice, but only having one party. Okay, so we've got the SNP wanting to have independence, not any further forward towards independence as far as I can see. All that Nicola Sturgeon has done in the last 8 years when she's been political power is bring in a globalist agenda which she wants to indoctrinate your children into, global citizenship, anti-racism, which is basically the Marxist critical race theory, which is a racist ideology in itself that Wee Nippy wants to bring in. Wee Nippy's already brought in the hate speech bill, which targets certain sections. So I'm sure the Conservative Party would want to do something similar. The Conservative Party want open door immigration, and so does the SNP, so does the Labour Party. So we are not going to... This is not a political choice on policy. This is merely a dressage of various people who all think exactly the same thing. And the change of the captain on the Titanic is not a change until you actually change a vote and actually get somebody who is of a different political ilk. Then you're going to get the same policies, the same failed policies, regardless if you change from Labour to the SNP to Conservatives. It does not matter at this point which one that you change to of the 5 elected political parties. On a policy by policy basis, it's de facto the same policy. So you're not, even though Rishi Sunak and all Liz Truss and this pantomime of democracy, when it comes to policy, we are getting exactly the same policies from each of the political parties. And we're not even getting a change in policy when we get a change in personnel to the greater extent. Liz Truss will not do anything on immigration. Liz Truss will continue the same policies. Liz Truss was a Remainer, and again another Remainer pandering to the Conservatives. It's a pantomime, it is a pantomime. Pandering to what's described as the right wing, which is just probably traditional Conservative values. Liz Truss is probably going to do exactly the same thing as the last 5 Prime Ministers. There's not a political difference or change in any one of these political entities until the British people actually wake up and actually change their vote and change it to a different political party that has got different policies. Only at that point will you wake up the establishment. We're going to get more of the same. That's the prediction. More of the same. No change in policy, more of the same. The same racist policies. Now, we've got the white population is now being discriminated against by the Conservative Party, actively discriminated against. We've got woke politics, racist, postmodernist, Marxist politics coming from America that are trying to fit into the UK, while at the same time, white British children are the second most disadvantaged group in the UK, in their own country, by the Conservative Party. So, I mean, really, there's a lot of things. The most attacked by the sheer number, not percentage of the overall population, by the sheer numbers of attacks, is again white Indigenous Brits. They're not even including the Muslim rape gangs that have been covered up by both the Labour Party and the Conservatives and the SNP. We have a de facto uni party with uni policies, and until the British public wake up and actually decide to change that and move to another party that doesn't hold these policies, if you're voting for the same party and expecting a different result, you can forget it. You're wasting your vote. You're literally wasting your vote. Unbelievable. I just thought I would update you guys. Love you guys. Love my baby gorillas. And I don't even know how to end this. This is interesting. Oh. And the Scottish National Party love it. Yeah, well, the Scottish National Party are exactly the same. It's not a change in the policy. Policy is exactly the same. This is where I'm going to come on to the Conservative and the SNP, apart from one being a unionist and one being a independence-backed policy. De facto, they're both the same. Both of them are shilling for the globalists. I don't even know how you get this disorientated. Oh, that's it. I don't know how you switch this off. This is very strange. Right, let's do it the hard way.